going to talk more about taking root. In our story, some of the plants fell on the path, and they couldn't grow because the birds ate them, and they couldn't put down roots in the soil. Roots are important. Plants have roots that you can see and touch and sometimes eat. Plants take root in soil. Today, we'll talk more about how you can take root in God's love and how God's love takes root in you and me. Quick, take a look at your feet. Do you see any roots coming out? I hope not. But today, you'll see and hear about roots of God's love. We'll start by planting the second seed for our pizza garden. Yesterday, we planted a tomato seed. Today, we'll plant a pepper. Let's make a pot the same way we did before. Take your paper, fold down the edge, wrap it around your can or your jar, tape it in place, and then fold down the bottom. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then another piece of tape or two to make sure that it stays in place. Then you can slide your pot off, fill it up with some potting soil. And then you'll get out a little pepper seed or two. They're not quite as small as a tomato. Push it down just a little bit, not too far. Cover it over with dirt. And then you'll want to get it nice and wet and put it in the sunshine mixed with your tomato. You might want to label it too, so you don't get them mixed up. This one is pepper. And so now we have 2 plants for our pizza garden. Let's talk some more about roots. Think about where you've seen roots. Here's a picture of a tree with big roots that are above the ground. And here are some carrots. Did you know that that's a root too? Do you know why plants have roots? Roots bring water and food from the soil to the rest of the plant. They make plants strong by supporting the part of the plant that's above the ground. When a strong wind comes, the roots help keep the plants from tipping over. Sometimes storms topple trees and plants, but strong roots usually keep the plants in place. We don't usually see the roots of a tree, but what is below ground can be as great as what we see above ground. Roots stretch far and wide to anchor a tree. A tree is watered and receives its energy through the roots. We can't see God either, but it's this invisible God who gives energy and love to you and all of creation. Then we stretch our roots, helping at home, in our community, and in our world. Today, let's paint a tree. We won't see the roots at first, but when we're done, we'll have a tree above and strong roots below. For this, you'll need some paint or glitter glue and a piece of paper. First, fold the piece of paper in half like a hamburger bun, like this. The fold line represents the ground, and we'll only be painting on the top half where the tree grows. Take your paint or glue and paint a nice, strong trunk and some branches. Make sure you use plenty of paint so it's nice and wet. When you have a tree like this, then fold your paper and give it a little pat or two. And then open it back up. Now you can see all of the roots that support your tree. Plant roots keep plants strong. Let's think about the roots of God's love. God surrounds us with people who love us and keep us strong and steady as we grow. People and places and animals help us learn about God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit. The things they say, like encouraging you or praying with you or telling you they love you. The things they do, like playing with you or giving you a hug or comforting you when you're sad. Sometimes just by what you see, like a beautiful rainbow or a sunset that makes you feel happy. All of these help God's love take root in you. Now we're going to make a root sculpture to help you think about the ways that God's love takes root in you and helps you grow stronger in His love. For this, you'll need a photo of yourself. Or you can just make a drawing if you want. Or even just write your name. Then you'll need 3 more small pieces of paper, a hole punch or a stapler. You might need a parent's help with that. And then 3 pipe cleaners. Now, let's make a list of some of your roots. Maybe there are people who you love or who help you. Your mom or dad, your teachers, your grandparents. Mom and dad, teachers, grandparents, friends, the neighbors, maybe there's a special place or time, like your home, or a new place you've discovered, or a special hideaway where you feel safe. Maybe there's a special memory that you look back at. Maybe there's an animal that you take care of, like a cat or a dog, or even a rabbit or a fish. Or maybe there's a special tree, like this one in your yard, where you like to play. Take a minute to think about some of the roots that God has put in your life. Then pick one of these roots to write or draw on each of your 3 pieces of paper. I'm going to draw my mom and dad, because they taught me about Jesus. Then I'll write IUP for my school, because that's where I grow through learning and working. Finally, I'm going to draw my cat. Because they make me happy. And taking care of them is a way for me to share God's love with His creatures. Once your pictures are ready, take your 3 pipe cleaners and twirl them together in the middle. Just like that. And then spread out the ends. Attach each of your 3 roots drawings to one of the ends by curling the pipe cleaner around it and stapling it or hole punching it and threading it through. You can get an adult to help you with that. Look at one root. you can attach the picture of yourself at the top with a hole punch or stapler. And again, you can get an adult to help you with this. Then you can spread your roots apart and work on balancing your sculpture until you can get it to stand up. There we go. Now you've made your very own sculpture, showing how the strong roots that God has given you to help you grow in His love, and then spread His love to others. I hope you've enjoyed our activities today. Next time you go outside, find a tree and take a good look at it. Look at all of the branches that you can see. Look how tall they go and how wide they stretch. Then remember that below the ground, there are roots just as big and deep and wide as the branches above, helping the tree grow strong, even though you can't see them. You might not see God either, but His love supports you and helps you grow, just like the roots of the tree. Remember, God's love is rooted in you.